Hello and welcome in. Welcome into another Zoot Booster, your weekly shot in the arm to help you build your business in the beauty and barber business. You know, we were doing some of these live, but the timing hasn't really worked out for me to be recording them, so I'm recording them, posting them for release on Monday mornings. So it's another Monday morning and it's time for another Zoot Booster. This booster is the first in a 10-part series that I'm going to be sharing over the next 10 weeks on the 10 commandments of professional haircutting. You know, when we say thou shalt and thou shalt not, right away we think 10 commandments. But did you know we've got 10 commandments for professional haircutters? So over the next 10 weeks, we're going to get into it. And we're going to start this week with commandment number 1, thou shalt run on time. Certainly worthy of being on the top 10 list, and in my mind, worthy of being number 1 on the top 10 commandments of professional haircutting. Being on time, starting on time, staying on time, running on time, and respecting other people's time are extraordinarily important issues of professionalism in our business. And it starts with you being on time. What it's all about, bottom line, is we're building a two-way street of respect. You will run on time for your customers, and your customers will go out of their way to be on time for you. That's how it should work in a perfect world. So let's talk about it. Being on time. It starts really the night before. It starts with thinking about the day before the day gets here. You know, we wake up differently. I bounce out of bed. And I respect the fact that not everybody does that. Some people wake up slow. Some people need a little more time in the morning. Some people's morning starts out very differently from mine. But either way, the night before is a great time to take a look at what's going to happen tomorrow. What time am I going in? When's my first client? What's going on with the family? What's going on in the house? What's going on at work in general? What's happening in the community? Being aware of what's going on so that we can plan for what's going to happen before it happens. It's the difference between proactive versus reactive. Letting the day happen to you or letting you happen to the day. So prep the night before. Look at the day. Think about what time you need to be up. Set the alarm accordingly. You know, I'm not against the idea of figuring out what you're going to wear. You know, some of us, if you work in an environment with a uniform, they take that right off the list for you. Have you ever watched my videos? Have you ever seen me shoot a video in something other than a white shirt? There are a few of them out there, but not as many as there are wearing a white shirt. It's almost my uniform. Makes it easy. But start the day before, the night before, looking ahead. Be there early. You know, I come from a world in which on time is 5 minutes early. On time is actually late, and late is unacceptable. That's just how I was taught. That's just how I was trained, that early is on time so that you're ready to go when it's time to go. Review your book. When you first get into the shop, the first thing you do, if you're an appointment taker, look at your appointments. Look at the day. Get a feel for how the day is plotted out. How is the day going to flow? Can you spot any pinch points in the day where you know already that's going to go south on me pretty quick? That's going to get messy? Get out in front of it early. If there's a client with an appointment later in the day, and you know first thing in the morning that's probably not going to happen on time because of how the day is going to fall out, you can see it before your eyes, call that client. Reach out ahead of time. Adjust the day. Clients will very much appreciate that heads up. If they've got a 3:30 and you won't be able to take them at 3:30, and you can see that at 8:45 in the morning, you've got an obligation and a responsibility to make that work by getting out in front of it as best as you can. Target those tight spots. Tweak as needed. You know, I'm a big believer in the idea, don't start it if you can't finish it. Don't start it if you can't finish it. If you've got an appointment at 12:30 and you're done with the previous appointment at 12, you've got a half an hour. If a haircut can fit in that hole, go for it. A blended book is just that, working walk-ins in between appointments. But if the hole isn't big enough for the haircut, don't try to put it in there. We never squeeze. You squeeze oranges for orange juice, you squeeze Charmin bathroom tissue, but we never squeeze customers. It's better to say no for everyone. The client who's got an appointment will respect the fact that you said no to be able to take them on time. The client who you decline the squeeze will respect the fact that you couldn't serve an appointment on time. They'll take the lesson, perhaps I should make my appointment next time. And the client that you are now on time for recognizes that you're going to be on time, and it's incumbent upon them to be on time for you. That two-way street of mutual respect is exactly what we're talking about. It wouldn't hurt to build air in your book. And I don't just mean today. You know, it's one thing to come into the shop, look at the book and go, ooh, that's going to get pinchy. Let's block off some time. What about now, this month, looking at next month and blocking some spots in your days to allow for easing the pinch points? You can always open those spots up later as the days begin to fill and you see how the flow is going to go, because you know people and you know their hair and you know their haircuts and you know what will and will not work sometimes. Make some blocks ahead of time. And a lot of this is predicated on the idea that full is 80% occupied, that the goal is not to be 100% booked. The goal is to be able to earn full income with 8 out of 10 of your spaces filled and 2 out of 10 of your spaces empty, so that you don't need to pinch. You don't need to be tight to hit your income goals, to hit your money objectives, to hit your financial targets. There's comfort in that. There's relaxation in that. There's smoothness in that for the way in which your day will operate. So build some air in your book and operate at the goal of full income at 80. It really lets you relax. You know, I always say, you can't take care of them if you don't take care of you. So planning ahead, laying out your book in a comfortable way, being organized, getting out in front of things, building air into your book, and don't start what you can't finish in time to honor and serve. An appointment's a commitment. At the end of the day, the bottom line, commandment number 1, thou shalt run on time. When thou makes that commitment, thou must keep that commitment. Thank you so much for tuning in for this episode of the Zoot Booster, that shot in the arm to help you build and grow your business. Next week, commandment number 2, and the series will continue. Thank you so much for tuning in. And a quick reminder, like, comment, share, turn on your notifications, subscribe to the channel, never miss an episode. Don't forget the Wednesday technical videos. And next month, April, is coming up really soon. I've got 5 spots available in my $100,000 Haircutter Academy, 5 spots in my online training program, 5 spots in my monthly coaching program, 5 spots for personal one-on-ones as part of your Academy participation. The video description contains the link for Academy information. I want you to join. I want you to be a $100,000 haircutter, and I want to help you make it happen. Thanks for being here. Have a great day.